Welcome back, YouTubers. Well, today's little maintenance project here is not anything to do with the old farmall. It's grass mowing season here, full swing. So around my yard, it's not really grass cutting anymore. It's more like mowing hay. But anyways, gotta get the old classic garden tractor out. Like most everything else I got around here is old and classic. So nothing modern and fancy here. So here we go. 1979-ish, 1980, somewhere's in there. Old Murray 1136, 11 horsepower, 36-inch cutting deck, 3-speed transaxle as they called them back in the day. This is one of the old early round headlight ones with the chrome grille. I don't see too many of these around anymore. No, I didn't go buy this thing. This is been in the family since brand new. Dad bought this brand new thing back in spring of 1980. I guess it was leftover stock. The local McLeod store had a bunch of them left over from the year before, and the sales manager was trying to convince him he needed a garden tractor. So Dad had been looking around at other ones, and for whatever reason he decided that in those days, I guess this was pretty much better than a lot of the other mowers that were out there. So they weren't bad, these early ones, for what they were, considering no, in modern standards now, they're not not exactly whatchamacallit, but I'm kind of the viewpoint, it still runs good, it still whatchamacallit cuts good. I think I did the bearings in the deck a few years back and put new blades on it, and like I say, I don't have much time to cut grass around here. It's kind of more like mow the hay down a couple times a summer, and because I'm busy with everything else. So, but anyways, we're gonna get at it here. It's been in the shed. I actually didn't use this thing last year. It's been sitting for 2 seasons, so hopefully she'll fire up. Well, last year I just used my big 3-point hitch finishing mower I have for behind one of the utility tractors, the farm tractors here. But this year I got all kinds of weird oddball little spots in the yard that I need to cut, and I'm not going to do it all by hand with the push mower. So get this old beast going here and whack down some grass. So anyways, first order of business is I'm going to fire up the leaf blower and clean off all the dust and dirt or whatever as much as I can, and then give it a wipe down. This thing has not been left outside. It has been stored in the shed. Every time we were done with using it, it's been put away in the shed and stored all winter, all summer. The only time it comes out of the shed is when it cuts grass, and then it goes back in the shed. So this thing is the paint has still actually got shine on it under the dust, that is. So we'll get it all wiped down and cleaned up, and be back with you here in a second. Pretty much takes care of that. Now I'm going to pull out the air hose here and air up the tires. Surprisingly, for as old as these tires are, the back tires are still tubeless, considering they still hold air, considering that this machine is like almost 40, or right around 45 years old. So I do believe years back we had put tubes in the front tires because they were just leaking air like crazy. But yeah, it's still the original rubber on. They're getting pretty cracked up, but they're still going. So okay, folks, well, we got her all wiped down the best I could anyways. No, I didn't get every square inch of it, but looks a lot better than it did there. And, Checked the oil and just added a squirt there. It was low a little bit. It burns a tiny bit, but not much, considering actually it kind of, in most old motors, they start leaking and dripping oil here and there or whatever, and that seems to be, it's not nothing severe, just a little bit sweats oil out here and there and makes a mess, but overall you can run it quite a few hours before actually having to add anything, so doing pretty good for considering how old it is, and this thing had a lot of hours on it, so got to get some fuel in it, and we're going to give it a boost and see if we can get it going. This one, years ago, Dad had made a battery box underneath the seat pan there. There's a pretty big open area there. I believe these had the battery in the front just under the dash there, the small little garden tractor batteries that we all know and hate. But anyways, he moved the battery box down under the seat there, so you got a bit of a pain on this one. You got to take like 4 or 6 bolts off and remove that pan and get in there. And then we had actually put a full-size car battery in it years ago, like a 650 cold crank amp battery. So the one that's in there is pretty much toast. If I was using it all the time like I used to, I would put a new battery or a good used one in there. But like I say, I literally use it a few times a summer. So when it's running, I just roll it up to one of the tractors here, one of the pieces of equipment in the yard, and put the booster cables on it and give it a little boost to get it going. And then once it's going, we're fine. We're buzz around the yard here on a tank of gas and cut the grass, and then by the time I'm done cutting, I'm pretty much out of gas. So that's the other thing. The seat and the carburetor has started leaking a few years back here a little bit. Not horrible, but when you shut it off, it'll over the course of a couple of days, you can't leave a tank of gas in it. It'll slowly drip out, or sort of weeps out, so to speak. So okay, folks, after much delay and having something to eat and tracking down my lawnmower gas can and 2 phone calls and whatever, we're now into the evening here. But anyways, it's cooled off, and it's just nice to be outside this evening. So let's see if we can get this old garden tractor going here. We're gonna get at it here right away, and I got the booster cables hooked up at the other end over here on the tractor here, so we're gonna hook on here and see if we can get her, see if she's gonna fire up here. So the ground there, and see if we got sure the more deck is in neutral and all that good stuff, and see if she'll fire off here. Not bad for after 2 years. Good old British. Okay, folks, I think we're going to call this a video here. So there it is, the old Murray 1136. I was out cutting a bunch of grass with it here and ran out of gas here about 50 feet away here from the yard, so not too bad. So anyways, want to get it up and going again for the season. And yeah, I did check the serial number date stamp on top of the engine cover, and yeah, this is a 1979 model, so doing pretty good after all these years, still going, still runs smooth. So, but it's always gotten regular oil changes, and it's been taken care of most of its life. Hasn't exactly always had the easiest life, but it has been maintained and serviced when required. So anyways, thanks again for stopping in and checking out the video, and we'll see you guys on the next one.